This is TOS Television, your digital-first Pan-African news network. I am Abigail Ukmade, and this is Africa Now. A former deputy speaker in Malawi on Thursday committed suicide. According to Parliament, Clement Chiwaya, who was 50, shot himself in the head inside Parliament, where he had gone for a meeting to discuss vehicle benefits entitled to him when he left office in 2019. Chiwaya bought his official vehicle at the end of his 5-year term in 2019 as provided for in his contract, but he had tried to get Parliament to pay for damages incurred in an accident that happened 6 months later. Police spokesperson James confirmed the accident without giving further details. Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari, in a speech marking the country's Independence Day, has directed that a ban on Twitter in the country be lifted, but only if the tech giants meet certain conditions the country sets. President Muhammadu Buhari said Nigerians could continue to use the platform for business and positive engagement. The Nigerian government suspended Twitter's operations in June after the social media platform deleted a controversial tweet by the president. A British museum accepted Nigeria's bronze plaque gift that is a step towards the museum's return of the priceless Benin bronzes that were looted by British troops in 1897. The museum, however, said an exchange of new artworks for looted artworks was impossible. Osarobo Zikna Okoro, a founding member of Ohamwen, a new guild of Benin City broadcasters and artists, had offered his creation to encourage the museum to give back the sculptures, but also to demand acknowledgement of the city's modern-day culture. And away from Nigeria, Ethiopia has expelled 7 senior UN officials for meddling in internal affairs of the country, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs said on Thursday. In November, conflict erupted between federal forces and those aligned with the Tigray People's Liberation Front, the political party that controls the region. The 7 people expelled includes the country's heads of the United Nations Children Fund and the head of United Nations Office for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs. According to the ministry, in a statement, the 7 have 72 hours to leave. A demonstration in the capital, Khartoum, in Sudan on Thursday banned an estimated 20,000 people in support of a civilian-led transition to democracy were broken up by tear gas fired by Sudanese security. This comes a week after an attempted coup which officials blamed on soldiers loyal to the previous government of Omar al-Bashir and further strained relations between the military and civilian officials sharing power during a transition that is meant to lead to elections. Generals, on the other hand, criticized civilian management of the economy and political progress and said their forces were neglected and disrespected. This is your digital-first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You are watching Africa Now. Business stories and more coming your way after the break. Do stay tuned. Welcome back. In business, the East Africa Regional Business and Private Sector Watchdog said on Thursday that the East African Community intra-trade dropped by 5.5% to $5.9 billion in 2020 due to the COVID-19 pandemic. John Bosco Kalisa, the EABC Chief Executive Officer, said the private sector was central in the driving the economic recovery agenda for the EAC regional bloc amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Also, EAC imports declined to $3.56 billion in 2020 from $3.95 billion in 2019. And moving away from business, investigators say the long-awaited findings of a probe into crimes committed under the Gambia's former longtime leader, Yahya Jammeh, have been delayed due to unpreparedness. A panel called the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparations Commission, set up in 2017, was scheduled to ceremonially hand over its findings to President Adama Barrow on Thursday. Witnesses gave evidence to the panel about state-sanctioned torture, death squads, rape and witch hunts, often at the hands of the junglers who acted as Jammeh's death squads. The panel says a final report will now be released at a later date. Zambia's President Hakainde Hichilema has denied holding talks on gay rights during his trip to the United Nations General Assembly in New York. President Hichilema made the remarks on Thursday during a televised press briefing in the capital, Lusaka, after he was challenged to clarify on his itinerary during the trip. Same-sex relationships are outlawed in Zambia, where British colonial-era laws on homosexuality still apply. And moving on to health-related matters, on Thursday, Somalia opened its first large-scale public oxygen plant, a life-saving treatment for the coronavirus that has largely been unavailable to patients during the pandemic. The $240,700 new plant in Mogadishu, purchased from Turkey by the Hamoud Salam Foundation, will be installed at the Banadil Maternity and Children Hospital. The plant is expected to produce 1,000 cylinders of oxygen per week and is seen as a huge step in strengthening the country's public health infrastructure. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, in a televised address, announced the country will move down one level in a 5-tier system of restrictions, where 5 is the highest, to an adjusted level 1, as South Africa emerges from its third wave dominated by the Delta variant of the virus. The president also announced a new COVID-19 vaccination certificate, which he said will ease travel and access to events that require proof of vaccination. Ramaphosa said thus far around 8.6 million people, or more than 1/5 of all adults, have been fully vaccinated. And that is Africa Now. For more updates, to visit our website at www.tostvnetwork.com. Follow us and like our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And remember to subscribe on YouTube to stay with us and enjoy more programs on TOS Television Network. I am Abigail Ukmade. Thanks for watching.